Hey guys, this is Charlie Chaz at CGM3 Productions. How are you today on this beautiful, wintry, and very chilly December day? A lot of things have been happening. Everything's been rolling. Uh, some things to experience. Some things have been we've been going through on this one. And would you believe this is the 38th entry for with the journey that I've been going through on chemo and what's happening. First of all, I'll give you an update on how I'm feeling. I'm feeling pretty good. I'm feeling very well, thank you. And again, I had my 17th chemo, 17 chemos. Wow, bi-week, everything, and trying to be very, very self-supportive, positive, hopeful, and hopefully everything's going to come around with some amazing miracles and making the right things and standing up for the cause that I kind of really want to keep going here. So everything else is going pretty well. Sometimes the neuropathy kind of flares up a little bit, but it's manageable. And got to cook again, got to eat kind of healthy again, keep myself definitely hydrated. And the part of me about, with those mental breaks or with, those breaks called chemo brain, it's a thought. And then all of a sudden it's like right on the tip of your tongue. So please forgive me for that. And it's been quite a journey, very, very much. Now, as I mentioned before, it was my 17th chemo trip. And then obviously we had some blood work, we had some issues, and the incredible staff down at Middletown Medical, down in New York Cancer and Blood Center, the doctor told me, my oncologist told me, you need to get some blood. I said, okay, what do you want me to do? So this is my first blood fusion yesterday. My blood transfusion was yesterday, this past Wednesday, and it was a very, very interesting, yet an experience that I will never ever forget. They were very heartwarming. I was with amazing staff. They kept asking me, how you doing? And they asked, are you hungry, or, do you want a snack or anything else along that line? So I said, yeah, sure. And then when I was sitting there for the full 4 hours, it was absolutely, 4 hours. It was crazy. That 4 hours were like, with a little paperwork, about the blood check and everything else. I didn't get done. I started my blood fusion at 11 o'clock. So about 1:15, 2 o'clock, with it was okay. Now, obviously yesterday, before going down, it was absolutely pristine. It was cold. It was nice. Got myself to pick up. It was absolutely amazing with the rides. And, I bless these drivers that actually do their jobs every day, when there's a need to be done. So as I got finished, besides I got a nice, lovely Afghan and some protein shakes, some other things, and a card, from the area high school, which was pretty sweet, and I thanked them for that. And they're giving a good hope and hopefully a good holiday for me. And I am having a good holiday. This is the best Christmas gift ever, and I'm applying for a couple things, to make sure everything keeps going smooth. Now, on the way back, however, it was absolutely crazy. Again, usually it takes about 45 minutes to an hour. Well, it took a little longer than that because we were in a good winter storm. It was a good winter storm yesterday. It was like about 2 inches, snow covered in the Catskills, and you expect that. And many people, well, I'll get on that subject in a little bit, but safe to say, I did get home about 4:30 yesterday in the afternoon, and I was blessed. And I thanked the the driver for it. And again, it was snow covered. It was absolutely, it was definitely not a good day to travel because many of the schools were closed. Many of the institutions were also running on a delay or using emergency prepared meals only, that type of deal. And it was just absolutely, it was breathtaking. It was beautiful, but it was not a good day to be out driving. Even if you went out to Dollar General or to a store for a necessity at a later time. Now, coming up on Route 17, we've been following this one person who did not know how to drive and was like he was like creeping about 10 to 15 miles per hour. Sure, but you can go up, on an incline, but don't brake. Okay. You should never brake in a situation because you'll slip and you'll definitely cause accidents, including on 17B. It was absolutely insane. And but if you didn't have to go, and this is my tip for you and my advice, if there's this very heavily snow event, just call the doctor, call the dispatch, tell them you can't make it because we have to arrange it for another day. Because it was uncalled for being out. And, again, you want to be safe. I mean, I wouldn't even step out to go get certain necessities. That could always wait until a later date. That could always wait until tomorrow. The mail can wait until tomorrow. The shopping can wait until tomorrow. Anything that's like last minute in the holidays, there's always tomorrow. Even though I know everybody's going stressed and everybody's saying, I wonder if they still have that Christmas gift, or I wonder if they still have that, that deal in the stores. And it's like, you know what? Just take your time. If you don't, time is always an ally. Time is always that you have that better advantage for. So what I'm saying to you, just be careful out there and, really be mindful. It was absolutely tricky. It was definitely tricky weather out there. And it's going to get, even, we're going to winter of 25, 26. So just be careful and, we'll make it through. We'll definitely make it through. Now, obviously, you see, I got the Bills hat on because, I'll tell you, these guys, they automatically want to put me into Orange Regional Medical Center. I don't believe, with these tight games and everything else, but they actually won it against Cincinnati. But the crucial game's coming up this Sunday versus New England, and then Cleveland the following week. Now, these are going to be two tough games because they really had, they have their moments. But go Bills. Let's hope it happened. And obviously, this is a throwback hat. So if you remember these types of hats back in the 90s, yeah, I'm quite a hat collector. And the most important thing this weekend is Army-Navy. Go Army, beat Navy. I can't help it because much of my family is basically, they served in the Navy, but my uncle actually served in the Army. And I'm in the area in New York State near West Point. So, and fun fact, West Point is the United States Military Academy. So go Army, beat Navy. And the other, I just wanted to make a shout out and make a definitely very, very joyous thing to happen is to say happy birthday to my brother, who actually had a birthday on the 6th. So happy birthday, Jerry. And to a wonderful queen herself. Her name is Nina. And Nina just celebrated her, her next chapter, her next decade. I'm pretty much, respected with that, but we don't share, the ages and numbers. Okay. It's a decade. It's the next decade and next chapter. And I wish her, and I wish you, Nina, a very, very happy, healthy, prosperous birthday for the next 10 years. And let's put it this way. this is going to be a ride. The golden years are finally coming in, and it's all worth it. Now, also, there's going to be big events coming up, obviously, and a huge shout out to, really to the legislature, to the people around Jeffersonville that's helping me out getting the stuff up and down, because right now my strength is not where it used to be. I keep looking in the mirror and I said, you know what? I got to hide. Sure, you'll get to see the face. You see the elongated face, but the strength is not there. But I definitely appreciate all the help and getting me through a few things. And again, the apartment's coming around. I could tell you this, but I was telling a few friends of mine, and I keep telling them, it's like everybody's in a rush of making this a happy home. Well, that's true. However, Rome wasn't built in a day. Empires were not built in a day. It's up to me to keep up with my rest, being hydrated, and enjoy life. Just eat, and everything else. And just hopefully there's no drawbacks. So that's where we're at. A very successful blood transfusion yesterday. That was my very first one, by the way. And we're looking at our 18th chemo next week in Middletown. Unbelievable, folks. Unbelievable. 18th round of chemo. I don't know how I do it, and I don't know how everything gets to be like that. But anyway, this is Charles, Chuck, Charlie, Chaz, wishing you, of CGen 3 Productions, by the way, wishing you a wonderful day, a wonderful week. We'll probably be doing like a recap of 2025 within another week or so. But this is what I've learned so far. And this is what I've been doing with all the updates. And I hope you got to enjoy what where everything's coming from. So from a beautiful apartment in Jeffersonville, New York, again, Charles, Chuck, Charlie, Chaz of CGen 3 Productions. Have a wonderful day, a great weekend, and we will talk again next week. Peace, love, and friendship.